Hello there, my name is Dr. Elisa Medhus. I'm a practicing medical doctor, a wife, and a mother of 5 children. I'd like to share with you a bit about what prompts me to create this video for the Spiritual Messengers Global Soul Summit. As a physician with a strong science background, I used to regard all things spiritual with a very jaded eye. And then my young son Erik took his own life. We all know that everyone deals with grief differently. I believed I would heal best by helping others, so I began to share my thoughts on a blog. At first, I shared my grief by pouring my broken heart onto every page. I felt like my son had been ripped from my arms forever. But soon Erik began to challenge that belief by making his presence known to friends and family through smells, touch, apparitions, phone calls, and yes, mischievous pranks. Now, to me, these events defied explanation. After all, science taught me that the soul does not survive death. And those nonsensical notions like clairvoyance and the afterlife and reincarnation would bring to mind eccentric gypsies hunched over crystal balls. Now, my first reaction was to pour myself into hundreds of books because not only was I determined to find out if my son was really alive in some other dimension, I needed scientific proof for it. And what I discovered in my reading was no short of amazing. Once I felt comfortable with the scientific basis for paranormal phenomena, I began to enlist highly regarded mediums to communicate with my son. Now, of course, the doubting Thomas in me was also warning me, hey, you're crazy for doing this. But the longing to find comfort that only certain answers would provide transcended all sanity. Now, the personality that was channeled was clearly Erik. His irreverent sense of humor, his favorite phrases, and even his cursing all came across. And through these mediums, Erik shared information that no one else could possibly have known. So what started as a desperate attempt for a mother to reach out to her son became a miraculous journey. Now in the channeling sessions, I ask Erik about the nature of death, reality, and the afterlife, as well as hundreds of other questions that have piqued the curiosity of many for centuries. I also take in questions that blog members submit about their own deceased loved ones and about their own personal life issues. If he doesn't have the answers, Erik always finds someone who does. Now, Erik will be the first to admit that he's no Dalai Lama, he's no mountaintop guru, he's a flawed human being. He's just a boy who has battled his own dragon, stumbling his way through life. But perhaps because of his foibles, he has a deeper understanding. He knows what it's like to be neck deep in a foxhole of misery. He knows what it's like to believe that life is not worth the pain and setbacks. But these attributes, along with his unique perspective in the afterlife, offer another type of wisdom, one we can relate to in the shadow of our own hardships. That said, however young and imperfect, Erik's is a voice worth hearing because he is one of us. Now, my journey thus far has connected me with so many remarkable, highly enlightened souls from whom I've received so much more than I could ever possibly give. And now Erik and his blog have become quite the phenomenon all over the world. For him, it's a unique platform to help others, not only by providing answers to those questions, but bringing forth their deceased loved ones or visiting them personally. Readers all over the world have experienced these Erik visits, always loving, often mischievous. Now, my mission here is to share all that I've learned and continue to learn with all of those who are suffering, either from the loss of a deceased loved one or the struggles of living here on the earthly plane. I hope to be able to reach out to as many people as possible to let them know that life is indeed beautiful. It has a beautiful and sacred purpose, and death, it's not the final chapter. Thank you so much for watching. Please visit our website, www.channelingerik.com. Erik spelled with a K. Thanks.